Hello, my name is Mackie, and happy Monday afternoon, evening, and good morning, and good night to each and one of you. I am confused with all these times of days. Now, the EMEA Masters just finished, and I like to congratulate the team that have conquered the Tier 2 European scene like an iron fist and rule over for the next couple of months. And if you're wondering, the teams that I'm looking at, Carmen Corp Blue, that's not them winning it. No, not even close. They got beat by the ICI Japan Corp Esports. Now you're looking at it as Halo, Diaka, Surtas, Hansam D, Prime. Those are good players, really good players. But no. They will also lose. So Akeem, who's the winner of the EMEA Masters? Funny you should ask. Because Los Ratatones have won. Yep. The team that has the most unorthodox top laner you'll ever have in the BOWS. A brand new jungler in Vilja who was popping off at that finals, of course. Nemesis, how do I say this, the egotistical mid laner. Crowny, one of the best spot laners ever that sadly would never pick up by any other team. And, yes, T1 and world champion support and washed up AD carry from Fnatic, Reckless. And my God, they did it. Holy Jolito, they did it. One LLC in their year one and now one EMEA in their year one against some pretty decent teams in the region, especially against the LFL. Troublelink did mention in the broadcast, it's been 4 years since NLC has ever won this thing. 4 years and 2 heartbreaks. And this team done it? This team with some weird players, some content creator team just actually won EMEA Masters. It's amazing. It is the most amazing thing to ever happen. And this is all thanks to one special guy. Mr. Cajal here. Y'all know Mr. Cajal. The last time we saw him, he was casting one of the probably, I'm not saying the second best Worlds Finals ever, with Kobe and Captain Flowers. He is one of the most intelligent human beings to ever grace the game. Yeah, some people label him as a choker from his time as XL, who has never made the playoffs in his entire life. And the only time they didn't make playoffs was him casting. But he was intelligent. He knows the game a lot. He does a lot of streaming, co-streaming a lot of things. He makes the LEC looks kind of cool. He's kind of like, Deficio, but with more brain. And he's British, which, let's be brutally honest, I mean, British League of Legends have been pretty much down in the dumps. Like, I did mention about the NLC after all these years now, within it 4 years and all that kind of stuff. The NLC have been dealt a pretty bad hand, considering that the fact that their region has been placed into the non-accredited spot. So in case anybody don't know, the accredited spot is getting like the money, the success, the fame, and all that kind of stuff. And the non-accredited is when the NLC are kind of like the less and less accredited thing. Like they're getting less time unless your team is popular like Los Ratatones are, and Rudy Stack in the case of Dom and Yamata Cannon, then I don't think yours is watchable. Like, who wants to watch like a Greek team? Like, let's just picture this. Other than Los Ratatones and Carmen Corp, do you know GK Esports? Do you know Big? Do you know Los Heretics? Barca Esports? Team Phantasma? Before Carmen Corp Blue came in, before Los Ratatones came in? I don't think so. Tier 2 LEC is, and let's be honest, Tier 2 in any region has been not watchable by some people. We normally care about the Tier 1s. And that's fine. That's fine. Not everybody gonna sit around and watch like 18 hours a day of League of Legends, including the tier twos. They have time, they have other business, they have other plans. So I won't blame no soul into like, putting all the time and effort to watch like tier two regions until Lost Rider Tonus comes in and changes the whole game. Like, to put this in perspective of how significant this is, just look at the esports charts tweet that they put out talking about their matchup with Common Core Blue. It is the most popular group stage series in the history of EMEA Masters. And I think the EMEA Masters have been going on since, let me just look, way deep in 2018. You're talking about 7 years of EMEA Masters. And it took two co-streamers to even reach like 300,000 peak viewership. But that's not the highest peak viewership in the whole tournament. No, no, no. Unsurprisingly not, the highest peak viewership was in the finals. Yeah, look at that. Lost Rider Tonus versus IJC, almost 500,000. 500,000. And by the way, you notice that every single one of Lost Rider Tonus matchups have like almost 300,000 views, around 300,000 views, and even 500,000. So every Lost Rider Tonus match in the EMEA Masters have like, reached to 300,000 to 500,000. And even like esports charts even mentioned about it. They didn't mention about it in their post, talking about it has been the most popular tournament ever in the history of the series. They credited to Lost Rider Tonus and Cadro because of the one thing that so many players and so many teams have not done. And it's the one thing that is really, really driving many people. They just put up content. Oh my God! That came! What a shocker! They actually put content. They put, stuff on the internet so that people can see and talk about it and imagine. Oh my goodness, it's such amazingness. Like, dude, when the LCS was popular, at the time when the LCS was popular, it's just literally people putting on faces. You know how, like, what's his name? Carlos, Ocelot, yes. You know how Ocelot become popular within himself? He put his gameplay and his personality on stream. He became the most popular personnel in all of LEC at the time when the LEC was not even the greatest league ever. He made SK look cool. So by putting your faces on your name and you're putting your personality and putting yourself on the map, you can become like the most popular person ever, and then you make the team look cool. And Lost Rider Tonus, with all these personalities, with all these names, except Velja, who's a jungler, a rookie jungler, they did that. Common Corp with Kameto, with all these players and their popularity and fan base, they did that. They put their chips on the table to bring in content, to bring in the fresh faces. I'm stumbling my words. It worked. It absolutely worked. And hats off to them. Hats off to Lost Rider Tonus for putting their money on the line. But Riot. Oh, Riot. They do not like it when popular teams and popular people decided to put their scrims. Now, I can understand people do not want to put their scrims up because of competitive integrity and all that kind of stuff. Yet, I watched the Four Horsemen with Froden talking about win trading in the TFT World Finals. Like, if you want to talk about competitive integrity, that is one thing you should talk about. Now, what was I before my mom interrupted me? Ah, yes. Big Daddy Riot does not like when popular teams stream their scrims in the name of competitive integrity. When we see a lot of competitive integrity from Riot Games in the face of, like, allowing two Chinese players to win traded in TFT. Okay, there I am. So I wanted to meet. So let me just meet you someone. David. Um, Last name I just don't know. He put up a video talking about. Hold up, David. 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 Calm down, David. Let me just speak first, okay? You're a good guy. You're a nice looking dude. You have good dogs. You have a wonderful apartment. You talk about League of Legends a lot, and we'll get to another video about David in the bigger pictures about the LTA messing it up. But my focus is about Riot blocking out of their whole blocking out the streams in the name of content. When Riot have that big Saudi thing that is going on in the Esports World Cup. You know what? I'm just gonna let him speak. I'm just gonna let him speak. Now is your time to speak. Up, rewind back. Let me just let me just rewind back. Let me just rewind back. Hold up. Now, and the Oscars for Incompetent Company goes to Riot Games. Fucking fantastic. Sorry I swear there, but my goodness. My goodness. I have seen a lot of fumbling bags, but my goodness, did they fumble a bag like this one? Like, this is the most popular team in your tier 2 organization with an LEC caster who decided to bet on himself. He literally gave up his LEC casting career to bet on himself. To bet on himself, to put his team out there, to put himself out there, and it works. And instead of just awarded him and congratulated him, he decided to nope, middle finger to you, literally middle finger to you. It's just a joke. It's just an absolute joke of a company like this. No company, even Amazon, would not even allow that. Or Dota, or Valve, or anybody else. They would never allow that. They allowed Lauders to do it, and he's still casting CSGO. But you're never gonna allow. But you're afraid of a British caster who's, by the way, into his 30s. What happens when he leaves? What happens when he and Dom leaves? Do you not notice that your viewership, Riot, has now been relying on co-streamers for the last couple of years? Do you not even know that? Do you not even notice that without Kadro, without Mr. Dom here, without these two popular people, then viewership will be in the tank. It's not the players that makes the game grow right now. It's not the teams. It's not even the broadcast talent anymore. Because right now, the broadcast talent has been shafted left, right, and center by these popular streamers. Look at right now in the LPL right now. Initialize and Nymeria are literally carrying the LPL on their backs. Like literally, they have to cancel like every single LPL game from here on out because the LPL broadcasters and Riot themselves just like, man, dude, we did everything we can and we just can't do nothing. The LEC broadcast is getting worse by the day, and trust me, Casual is the literal reason why your LEC broadcast is so popular. And yet you let him go. You just let him go for nothing. And no disrespect to Hysterics and Dracos, but these guys can't even do anything other than broadcast their games. Where's the talent? Where's the talent? Where's your co-streaming? Why can't you just show your face? I see more pictures of LOL in her bikini. I see more pictures of LOL in her bikini outside of her LEC broadcast than I see like in her games. At least she put up content for people. You guys have not done nothing to bring the game forward. And the one opportunity, Riot, the one opportunity to make a popular tier 2 team to be, I'm not saying bigger than your game, but I'm saying a golden opportunity to showcase what tier 2 League of Legends is and what they are to your community. And he decided that, oh no, we cannot do that. We have to protect our players. Do you protect all the women that got killed in Saudi Arabia? Are you going to protect the players that are going to be killed in Saudi Arabia? Are you going to protect the players that spoke out when Saudi Arabia done an atrocious thing in Saudi Arabia? Are you going to protect the players who speak about China and their wind trading thing? Who do you protect them, huh? Riot, are you going to protect these people? Are you going to protect Faker when he speaks out about Saudi Arabia? No. I don't think they can't. If I were Casual right now, I will use this opportunity to stack up my end of the bucket to keep my loss right to his job until I decided, nope, I'm done. I mean, I am the one that brought you all this viewership. I am the one that has brought you an EMEA Masters trophy for the first time in years. And I am the one that makes Tier 2 League of Legends work. Me and Kometo have been carrying the backs of you. And what you have done, you decided to block one of our scrims because you just do not want the feelings to get hurt. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Lots of feelings got hurt there. So many fans got their feelings hurt. And I can't blame them. I can't blame Casual if I decided that this is not the way to go. I don't know. Listen, Casual is going to play by Riot's rules. We know that already. But I bet you he's not going to do that. And if I were him, I just would have considered another career change. He's in his he's nearly 30 years old. He may have a wife, he may have a kids, he may have to do anything. He can't just do this forever. And what will happen if all those co-streamers are going to leave? What will happen if Kometo, Casual, and I Will Dominate leave? Then Riot Games have nothing. Other than the Saudi money they'll have nothing. They'll have nothing to hold on to. Even Valorant, even dear old Valorant, they've been holding by Tarek. What happens if Tarek leaves? Will Valorant be popular? You've been holding it. Riot Games has been carried by co-streamers. And I think if you're the co-streamer right now, you just have to realize when is enough for you guys. When is enough? Because if this is not enough, and this is not enough, and that is not enough, then I don't know what is. Just like David said, they have a golden goose right there. Just like with all the revenues they have from Arcane, they're just like all the things they have so many years. They have all these things right in front of them, and they just don't know how to use it. They just don't know how to use it. They just don't even know how to use it. They're just like a child who saw like a baby bottle and just don't know how to open a baby bottle, or don't know how to, open up a can, or don't know how to use the internet. They're just so dumb. Riot Games are just so dumb and so perplexing. And they're just so late with everything. Like, it took them until the worst MSI in 2021 to realize, hey, we need to make MSI double elimination. when we have domination for years in every esport. For God's sakes, man. Like, or also when you realize that arcane and animation thing is actually the most popular thing when anime has been chopping up in a bit for so long or popping up for so long. They're always late to the party, man. These guys are always late to the party. And now they realize that Lost Metatone is their little precious team from the tier 2 scene of the NLC, which you Riot, yes you Riot, decided to chop it up bit by bit, piece by piece, until there's nothing left of them. You decided that you don't want to stream their screams. Like, come on, man. I get competitive integrity, all that kind of stuff, but there are so many times with competitive integrity. In fact, Oscar night between LGD versus IG way back when, was another case of competitive integrity, in which both teams threw away their chances to compete because they do not want to face against the big bad EDG. That's another sign of competitive integrity, and yet you didn't punch them. So you don't punish when the League of Legends team throw in. You didn't punish them when the TFT Worlds have some kind of win trading, but you decided to punish them because you don't want their feelings to get hurt. Like, my God, Riot Games are pussies. Absolute pussies. And it's a damn shame they are. Now, with all the profanities and everything out of the way, it is time for my second piece of video. Riot Games realizing that they messed up the LTA. I'll let David once again speak out. With his optics shirt. Shout out to him. Which is a better State of the Union than Donald Trump will ever do. That's a 44-minute video, which sadly, I don't know if we can do that in 44 minutes. Just give me the cliff notes. Classic Riot as usual. And also, I think they did it for the NLC and for the EMEA Masters. I mean, they can do that. Scream or die, man. Scream or die. Hmm. That is true. It's the same thing with the broadcasters. I'm calling out the broadcasters as well. What you thinking the teams have to stream their personalities and everybody else? I'm calling out the content creators. I'm talking to you, Azale, Captain Flowers, Kobe, Emily Rand. Although Emily Rand did some content, of course. I'm calling all you out. I'm calling all these casters out. I'm calling all the content creators. I'm calling all content creators. Calling all casters. Put your face in there. Put the money where your mouth is. Hell, listen. I may not be putting all my content, but I'm putting all my content on YouTube just as well. I may not have the biggest viewership or maybe have the biggest drive, and I don't go to social media much, but I'm pumping out all content as much as I can, baby. So for all of you, please like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. We continue with some viewership. 150% in spring. What is this, man? What is this chart? He's like Kamala Harris right now. A boat without a paddle. At least see how that worked out. Funny that Riot actually allows gambling. Funny. Mm, hey, please don't, please don't. David, you're a good guy. David, you're a good guy, and you and listen, we can listen. I'll talk to you on like Twitter after this, but please don't, please don't. You have a sanity. Keep your sanity cool. Your beef is listen. Your beef is Riot. Not your beef with me. Your beef with everything is in Riot, not yourself. But you're right. You're right. This whole thing is kind of like it's more 65% pro, a lot of 50, 65, 35 in the pro side, I guess. And you're kind of right. It's kind of it kind of harkens back to what I'm saying about the Lost Ratatouille situation. It's that they could do whatever they want, block their scrims, you know, mess up their data, not giving watch parties, making tier two not as strong, all for the sake of keeping their jobs and promoted up. It's just like what kind of company is this? I'm not working for a company that treats their employees like godforsaken chances. It's not severance. What is this, severance? Or the White Lotus or something? I just don't know. It's like, yeah. Anyways, that's just wrong on there. That is just man, Mark Z. If I were Mark Z right now, I probably need a career change out of that because just like I told you, he's a bull without a paddle right now. He is helpless. He has to do so much to trying to do with so little, and Ryan is not even doing anything, man. If like maybe go to Dota 2 or something, I don't know. Maybe a career change will be something. So that should do it. So I think that should do end my video. Congratulations to Lost Ratatouille on winning the on winning the EMEA Masters. I wish you, Cadril, and all the players, including Nemesis, Crowny, Reckless, and all that kind of stuff. I wish them all success, and I hope that these little bit of success can make them, promote themselves in the LEC. Because I did want to say this. Everybody wanted to talk about how great Common Corp was. And just remember, Common Corp in year one was 10th, and then finished 4th. They were not a good team in year one. It took them until this year for them to finally realize and finally win every single fan base on the up. Now, do I believe that Los Guardianes, if they were to promote the LEC tomorrow, it could be good? No, I don't think so. They could probably take they will probably take rogue spots, I can tell you for sure. But I'm not seeing Los Guardianes already with the way this lineup is and the way they are, that they're not ready for it. But hey, listen, I am all for content creators and power people to stick it to Riot and tell them that we made you and you don't bring us. We brought this game into the world and we're gonna take you out of it in this kind of case. So I hope they can just do more power to the people in all this kind of sense. But anyways, that's how I feel about it. That's my thoughts about everything. Again, sorry for the profanities. It is what it is, especially when you do a YouTube channel. Some things are not just clean, of course. But I hope I'll try and make it better. Anyways, thank you for listening. Please subscribe and like this channel, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye, everyone.